Yo, what's up, guys? We are Chopped Anime, two of the almighty Chopped Anime. We're back to chop up an anime movie, Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King. But before we do that, please subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all the support. The story centers around Conrad Leto, the former predecessor of the current Wizard King, Julius Navachrono, who was once respected in the Clover Kingdom, turned against them and subsequently had to be sealed by Julius himself. He has now returned with three other former Clover Kingdom Wizard Kings to finish his mission to destroy the Clover Kingdom. Asta, Yuno, and the other Magic Knights embark on this epic battle to save the kingdom. The movie is just straight up fighting. All right, it's really honestly, in my opinion, the movie was too much action. I was like, can you have too much of a good thing? And then I saw this movie and I said, yeah, you can definitely have too much action in the anime. It got to the point where I was like, all right, when is this gonna end? Because it was like it was just power up after power up to power up, or it was like, oh, you haven't seen this trick, or I'm just holding back. I was like, I was like, how could you hold back for 2 hours in a movie? It was absolute bonkers, bro. Now, respect to them, animation superb. Black Clover is known for delivering on animation when it comes to that fight scene. Throughout the season, it doesn't have crazy animation, but when it comes to the episodes where they're having fights, they will up the budget definitely. So, I'm a big fan of Black Clover. He has not watched Black Clover, but he watched this movie. So you can give your opinion on how you felt from a non-Black Clover watcher about this movie. How'd you feel?
So I definitely share your thoughts on too much action because at some points I actually wanted some story, right? Because like especially being new, I didn't quite know the Black Clover story going into this movie, but I figured I'd give it a watch because especially because we weren't sure if it was canon, if it wasn't canon, but when I watched it, man. I'll say props to Netflix. They are moving the right way.
Mm-hmm.
We know when Netflix first started doing animes,
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't that great. And maybe it was some of the art style contributing to that and whatever it may be, right? But with Black Clover, they definitely delivered. Like Hosea said, like I've always known about the fights in Black Clover and all the power-ups and things like that. So they definitely carried that through to the movie. I really did enjoy the fact that I didn't have to have watched multiple seasons of this show to still enjoy the movie because I still enjoyed it, right? Like, was it the does it go in my top five, top 10 anime movies ever? Probably not, but it was still a good watch. I'd be curious if I'll remember some things from the movie as I catch up on the show. And movie wasn't too bad. I'd probably give it 6.5 ish. Yeah, about that. I think that's a fair. Just because not too much depth, good introduction movie, good fighting, great animation. Good to see some of the characters that were canon. Like you said, Jose, it does kind of mess it up that you see them in a powered up state, but you don't necessarily see the build up to it. Right. So that's okay.
As for me, I really actually did like the movie. I guess more than a more just because I felt a connection with the characters. I got to see them do more things. Yuno turned up. Yami's always a pleasure to see. I love seeing him pop on the screen. He's like the GOAT sensei in my opinion. So I gave it a 7.5. I had it at like 8.5, like midway through the movie, and then it was like, oh, this isn't going nowhere, but this. It was like, oh, this is just the same thing for another hour. It was crazy. I was like, dang, halfway through the movie, I'm like, this is really good. Then I was like, oh, this is the same thing for an hour and 45 minutes. This is kind of ridiculous now. So, but definitely did not lose any fans. I think they still retained us, gave us a little bit of a taste of what's to come in the future. Because they're still holding off on the anime. It's been a while, man. We are missing Black Clover on the scene. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna win anime movie of the year. But who knows? It might be in the conversation. I feel like Black Clover definitely gets disrespected amongst the critically acclaimed people, those type of things. It never gets nominated for awards or anything like that, but I enjoy the show. People clearly enjoy the show. People love the show. So yeah. So that's our review, our analysis, our reaction to Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King. Please check it out on Netflix if you have not already. Please watch Black Clover if you have not already. And please like, comment, share, subscribe to our channel. We appreciate all the support. We are Chopped Anime.